Thank you for coming out. You ask me what I say poetry. You ask me what it may be poetry. Script-eyed junkies, politicians, Jesus Christ, and magicians make poetry.
From hell's bottom, and the keeper, the altar for much more than just a reaper. Psychedelic professor pose, a thesis, bullshit. It's just what they propose. I suppose by shouting exposed by the poet's eye, he can see what's right, he can see what's wrong. We're just all living life. We're just about to die. Cries, that's all I hear. And lies, that's what I fear. But I don't see what is clear. It's funny, my vision is picking up my...
Let's go.
Coming up next, we have Manali Jamal and Lindy Moses.
Alright, so I'm going to be doing two little short pieces. One's a short narrative, dreamscape type piece, and the second is pieces from a short story that I'm working on, so we'll see how it goes. I have some wonderful tunes for I had a dream last night that Brian Grazer and I were in jail, and I loved him. Last night I had a dream that I was in jail. I'm not sure why, but there I was. I had a feeling I'd had a bad lawyer, one with a crazy comb-over and uneven teeth, and probably a southern accent, but I wasn't sure. I still got the feeling I was good, so he must have been very bad. So there I was, good me in jail. And him, Brian Grazer, in jail. Actually, I'm not sure if it was Brian Grazer, but he had a really oval face, spiky hair, and big teeth. I mean, really, really big teeth. So I just assumed it was Brian Grazer. And we were in love. I'm not sure how it happened. Maybe we were eating and we saw each other lovingly gazing across the jailhouse cafeteria thing, me sexily forcing mashed potatoes into my mouth, and Brian Grazer laughing with his big teeth. He laughed a lot for some reason. I decided we were in love and had to run away from the jail. Brian Grazer, I want out. I don't belong here. I pleaded, but probably didn't say Brian Grazer because I wasn't sure it was really him.
Moosehead, steam whistle, Alexander Keith. And through the window, Bloor Street. Outside the sign reads FedEx, and Kiko's beside Mount Everest. Inside the U of T writing group, not just writers, but musicians too. Mitchell, John, and I spot Chris at a table sitting beside Margaret. Above a register, a TV bake stream, and the pub grows quiet momentarily. Margaret's up, her spoken word sax. 96
Shanty table. My country table teetered and swayed on just 3 beleaguered legs. No crystal vase could adorn it, for the 4th leg stood in a corner. One fist hammered 2 staccato, one heave-ho 2 vibrato, would bow its gently battered nose to scrape rust paint off thick plank rows. No drum or trumpet you sat down, made the 4th peg's place your own. There on the bare floor, scarce noticed, you shouldered a share of the load.
Because I do not hope to turn again. Because I do not hope. Because I do not hope to return, desiring this man's gift and that man's goat. I no longer strive towards such things. Why should the aging eagle stretch its wings? Why should I mourn the vanished power?
So you wanna be a PC? Why would you wanna be a PC? Harper Baby Bush is a PC. Regressive, not progressive, that's a PC. Regressive, not progressive, that's a PC. How do you get public?
This is called Fruit of the Earth. Years after I choked on the sex flesh of my mother, my father, so many others, after the road hens pushed char between my horrified teeth clenched as a portcullis, after my throat repeatedly opened for dirty money and gagged and tore and stained. Years since my small soul sighed and withered like a frost-hit tree, implacably retreating its life sap down my branches into my cringing, dizzy center, a little further with each heating year. Years since my body retreated too, the flesh sliding off the bones, my form willowing with grief, scooping into a cave at the abdomen where the loss was dying star hot. A brief daughter having blazed through, gasp and then silence and murder and ash. My mouth clenched against nutrients, strangling the cells slowly, stupidly, aiming for death without will, direction having been tortured out of me thousands of days and heavy bodies ago.
You are not there, I said. An embodiment of my primal self, incarnated want, failed aspirations, longing, craving, ache is in your eyes, in mine. Deep and green is your subterranean womb of muddy peaks. Your eyes are mine, bejeweled in oak leaves. Yes, I said, and followed you hand in hand. A grenadier I am, entombed in an icy scab, and if you scratch your corneal guard and peer through my sodden skies, your vision, mine, your eternal parched self, mine, mine, mine. The War of 1812, the Battle of Fort York, I, a grenadier of the King's 8th Regiment, plunged to my throne of incarnated want.
Backstage operator makes me of the energy. Auburn Palace, you stagger the zany diamond skeleton circus. Laughing at the devil. It drums. Dancing in the rain, my faraway brown eyes loves the sunrise from the funky.
And for creating such an amazing atmosphere in the group. How's this for sound? Okay.
I'm just watching.
This piece is called A Study for a Haunted House. When you first meet him in that dark place, you try to pretend not to notice that he may be the one. He has the deep brown eyes that actually look at you, the strong but delicate hands that actually touch you, even here in the darkest of places, where you're not supposed to find him but do. Deep inside you believe there is a one, though you say such a person can't exist. You'd rather believe there's no one. That explains why you're so alone. But you also want to believe in him because you don't want to be lonely, but mostly because he looks like he's worth believing in. He has a wide mouth that speaks directly. He claims he's vulgar, and you think, in a good way. He wears plaid flannel without trying to be butch. When you tell him you like wine, he says he hates it and grins.
We think too much. There's a voice in our heads, and it's always talking about something. We're always thinking about what we're gonna do next. We're stuck in traffic, thinking I gotta get home. When we get home, gotta make dinner. While I'm eating dinner, I'm thinking about the dishes, like a mailbox full of junk mail.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Andrew, and this is Zachary, the sardonic simian. So on the count of 3, everyone say hi, Zach.
Hi, Sam. Hi, Sam. Hi, Sam.
Weren't they supposed to like? Oh, gee, one guy actually listened. Wow, that's great, huh? Yeah. Let's try this again, folks. This really ain't that hard, you know. Jeez. 1, 2, 3.
I'm an alcoholic.
Oh yeah. I think you're at the wrong place here. I know. So, Zach, what do you think? Well, at least it's friendlier than that crowd you had last night. Yeah, they were kind of. Oh, they just totally sucked. They did. Well, yeah, I know, but even doing a show for a bad crowd can still have its merits. Yeah, like what? Well, just because the show doesn't turn out the way you want it to doesn't mean that it wasn't worthwhile. It's like a job interview. And you know why? Because most of what we're saying is dull shit? Well, no, it's because it's a learning experience. In fact, sometimes you can gain more knowledge from having a bad show than you can from having a really great one. So I guess after those last 2, we should be a regular encyclopedia.
This first one is called The Dolls. At 12, I was still that blonde Polish doll with the crown of flowers and ribbons, white lace apron, crimson beads, and the vest embroidered with jewels. All day long I stood on the mantel next to the Eskimo woman in furs, the Victorian in her burgundy gown,
the geisha in her shining kimono. Not one of us dared to move, and the hours rolled by like the heaviest stones. But then, at last, the moment arrived when the crystals cast rainbows over the walls, and sunset bathed the room in gold. Night fell, and down we climbed to take our places on the floor. On our left, the brown velvet turtle awakened. On our right, the bears, bride and groom, sat down to their cups of perpetual tea. Then the papier-mâché owl arrived, bearing his gold violin.
I wrote this song entitled Within and Out of the Mud.
I splashed myself with mud because I was angry. I took comfort in the mud because I was lonely. I stuffed myself with mud because I felt empty. I asked just who and what am I? I thought I had no choice, trapped and victimized.
You wanna be what you have, you better see. From your life and love, 'cause I just think that you're pretty. How your things are so pretty, and I just know that you're pretty, and I miss you. Oh, can't you hear just how I miss you? They're trying to tell you just what I'm all about.
Most cultures, you know, like in white Anglo-Saxon Protestant cultures, we give people names like John or Darcy or Janine, for instance, you know, but, you know, in certain shamanic cultures, they give people names like Dances with Wolves, you know, but if that were to apply to our culture, it would be like falls off his tricycle, or this is my daughter, allergic to nuts, right here. Anyway, yeah, you guys, okay. It's Christmas, man, give it up.
No, turn it up.
Turn it up, it's Christmas, turn it up, buddy. Okay, it's one of those private, funny things. I'll never ever admit to this when I know that it's that. Giving thin half-baked sins and then disappearing into thin air like the Cheshire Cat. Until splat. The pitter-patter, bitter-batter patterns of nocturnal dialect are flattened as thin as the rings on the planet Saturn or your anus. Unplanned, unmanned missions into yellow interstellar emissions of raw vision. The transmission of a heinous virus from the big dark black hole anus of outer space into your television. Alpha, beta, gamma rays for days on end will send telekinetic dialectic subliminal messages that will bend your hopelessly intertwined mind until you find that you're at the end of that big beautiful ball of twine.
Good feeling, won't you stay with me just a little longer?
Go away, go away.
Feels like you're leaving. Laughing at the softball night.
sketch of a fantasy. Go away, go away. Go away. Go away, go away, go away, sand deer. Go away, sand deer. Go away, sand deer. Go, go, go. Come back, come back, come back. Come back, I have nothing to say. In case you're wondering, we're officially finished. Thank you all for coming out. Thank you for coming out.